Hi there, Terry back again. Hope I find you well and you've been enjoying your comic reading, new and old. Right, I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, but I mislaid a box and also had to wait for this t-shirt to turn up. So I'm planning on showing the Green Arrow series by date of happening rather than date of publication. If I get that wrong, I apologise and you can tell me off in the comments. But they do coincide the majority of the time. Green Arrow was a hero created by Mort Weisinger and George Papp in the golden age of comics. First seen in More Fun Comics number 73, November 1941, along with his sidekick Speedy. They both were also members of the Seven Soldiers of Victory, and they appeared in Leading Comics number 1, December 1941, just a month later. But I can't afford those ones, I'm afraid, so my Green Arrow collection starts in the 80s, publication-wise. And the first one is this one, Secret Origin number 38, March 89. And this cover is by Tom Grindberg and Dick Giordano. And it's a retelling of Green Arrow's origin from multi-millionaire Oliver Queen to a modern-day Robin Hood. Or, as he put it, modern-day Robin Hood. What am I supposed to do? Steal from myself and give to the poor? The title was Sometimes a Fool Notion, and it was written by Mike Grell, pencils by Hannibal King, inks Dick Giordano, and Arnie Starr, and the colours were by Carl Gafford. And then Speedy's Tale, or Roy Harper rather, he reads a retrospective on his life in a magazine, recalling his past on a Navajo reservation. And this was written by Elliot S. Maggin, pencils by John Koch, inks by John Nyberg, and colours by Helen Vessig. And it was called The Kid Who Couldn't Shoot Straight. There have been a few miniseries retelling Oliver Queen's origins, with changes here and there. The first of which arrived in 1983, a 4-issue miniseries. Cover dates ran from May to August. This series is classed as Volume 1. All covers and internal art by Trevor Von Eden and Dick Giordano, with Tom Zicco and internal colouring with the internal colouring. It was all written by Mike W. Barr, and number 1 recaps his origin. The tale is titled All My Sins Remembered, and it does follow in line with the origin told in Adventure Comics from number 256, February 1959. And a statement from Green Arrow in this issue is probably how this cover scene began. On the page, and he says, "Here's how it works, guys. You have until I count to 10 to stop your boisterous mischief, or I'll hand you boys your respective heads. Okay? 1, 2, 10. Number 2 is titled A Slight Case of Vertigo. Here we meet Count Vertigo. He first appeared in a Green Arrow story in World's Finest number 251, July 1978. But a statement in this issue from GA, yeah, that's right. I'm shouting at this tin-plated, circuit-hearted, bloodless computer. It's got some info I want, somewhere in its silicon chip guts, but I can't find it. Number 3 is titled Hexagon of Death. And the short quote from this issue is, yeah, I'm going to miss Vertigo, like ringworm. And the last one, number 4, is titled Showdown at Sea. And this is another short quote. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's Green Arrow. There you go. That's the end of this volume, and the final appearances of everyone that was in it, except for Green Arrow and Black Canary. Next, we have another 4-issue miniseries. This one was called The Wonder Year. It was published in 1993 between cover dates February to May. And the covers and internal pencils, along with writing, are all by Mike Grell, and it's inked by Gray Morrow and coloured by Julia Leclermont. All books are entitled The Wonder Year, and this story takes place following the story in Secret Origins number 38. So we have number 1, and that is a statement from Ollie in this one. Believe me, After you've lived on a diet of lizards and bugs for a while, it kind of gives you a different outlook on life. It's a little hard to get excited over more money. And number 2, and this one arrow says, still it was a hell of a lot of fun, more fun than I've had in years. And Brianna answers, so you just decided to become a hero? And Arrow answers, why not? I've got the money, the time, and God knows I've got nothing better to do. And number 3, we have another quote from Ollie. The name, it's stupid. Why would anyone want to be named Green Arrow? And number 4, again from Ollie. Maybe you were right. Maybe one person can make a difference. Even a person in a funny costume. Great covers. And now we have a 6-issue series. Green Arrow, Year 1. And this one reboots his origin story following Infinite Crisis. Published cover dates are between September and November 2007. All 6 issues are written by Andy Diggle, and the covers and interior art are by Jock, with colours by David Barron. Number 1, little only quote. All right, so maybe you don't know much about being a hero like Mr. Robin Hood here, but I am heroically drunk. And number 2 from Ollie. Where's he gone? The water is still hot, oily, tinged with rust, mud and things. I don't want to even imagine. It's the best drink I've ever had. And number 3. And Hackett, character created for this 6-issue series, a foil for Ollie. Is he good or bad, or a bit of both? He talks about China White, in this series antagonist. Hackett says, you think a woman like that builds a trans-Pacific drug empire just to let some lone mentalist with a Robin Hood fixation throw a spanner in the works? You're dreaming, Ollie. She will kill us both. And number 4, another Ollie quote. Tiana, I'm no hero. I never was. Truth is, I'm about as far from a hero as you can get. All my life, all I've ever thought about is myself. And the hell with anyone getting in my way. In fact, I'm not sure I even deserve what you've done for me here. And in this issue, or the issue previously, he had been injured and she had reset his broken arm. And we have number 5, and a short one from Ollie this time. Freeze! Anyone doesn't want to be a human pincushion, better make like a statue. And the last issue, number 6. And we end it with a China White quote. It's no easy thing to embrace the inevitability of one's own death, the futility of denial. It does you credit. Then we have probably the most popular of the Green Arrow stories, a 3-issue series, The Longbow Hunters. Cover date August to October 1987. All covers are by Mike Grell, story by Mike Grell, pencil and inks by Mike Grell and Lurene Haynes, and the colours by Julia Lacremont. Number 1 has first appearances of Shadow and Black Canary's flower shop, Sherwood Florist. Also, we have the Seattle Slasher, but as he barely lasts this issue, we won't mention him. The story title, as you can see, is The Hunters, and the quote from this one, but I am a hunter, that's the one thing I learned on that island, the one thing I'm really good at. That's what I forgot, the basics. And number 2, Dragon Hunt. And this issue we meet for the first time Lieutenant Jim Cameron of the Seattle Police, who stays around for most of the next volume. And the quote for this issue, tell your friends there's a hunter on the streets. This is my town now, and creeps like you are an endangered species. Here you go. And last but not least, number 3. As you can see, tracking snow. In this issue, we meet Eddie Fire. You want to say Friars? Eddie Fires. And for the first time, someone else who appears many times through Green Arrow stories and other parts of the DC universe. Yes, he probably didn't appear with Green Lantern at one time or other. And the last quote for this series, Shadow says to Green Arrow, I once said you haven't the eyes of a killer. They've changed as you have, and you can never go back, and nor can I. Right, I'll be back with part 2 soon. Let me know if you enjoyed those covers and my ramblings in the comments, please, and subscribe and thumbs up. Once I hit 250 subs, if I ever do, I will be giving this slab away. Better go and get it, haven't I? See, there's me trying to look like a professional and failing miserably. Anyway, here we go. Deathstroke number 45, 9.6 white pages. Christopher Priest story, Fernando Pastor in art, and David Finch with the cover. It was a nice variant cover, and I will be giving that away on the 250 subscribers. Also, there'll be a few mini-series as well I expect I will put in to go with it. No better? Right. So that's all really to say. I'll let you know more about how I'm going to do the competition nearer the time. But thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.